Hey guys, I'm Jon Yu.
And I'm Sippy, and welcome to Sip Studies. Today we're going on the road, deep into the heart of California wine country with the legendary Lohr Vineyards and Wines. This isn't just a sit-down, it's a full immersion. Come with us as we explore the vineyards, labs, cellars, and mines that make this family-owned winery one of the most respected in the industry. Winery background and legacy. Lohr was founded by Jerry Lohr, an engineer turned wine grower, in the early 1970s. Back when most were focused on Napa or Sonoma, Jerry saw untapped potential in California's central coast. Around 1972 and 73, he planted 280 acres in the Arroyo Seco Ava, focusing on Burgundy varieties, with Chardonnay leading the charge. Then in 1986, he set his sights on the Paso Robles AVA, pivoting to Bordeaux varieties like Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot. That move helped shape the identity of Paso Robles as we know it today. Fast forward to 2013, and the next generation stepped up. The Lohr siblings now lead the family legacy. Steve Lohr, president and CEO of Wines, drives strategic expansion. Cynthia Lohr, chief brand officer, brings marketing brilliance and DTC innovation. Lawrence Lohr, COO of Vineyards, handles operational leadership across their growing avias. Vineyard, terroirs, and avias. Lohr's vineyards are as diverse as their wines. In Monterey County, you've got the Arroyo Seco and Santa Lucia Highlands, cool, wind-swept microclimates with gravelly, well-draining soils. These regions are ideal for expressive whites and delicate reds. Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, Riesling, all thrive here. In Paso Robles, it's a different story. Warm days and cool nights combined with calcareous soils create bold, structured wines. Think Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, Syrah, Petite Syrah, deep, powerful, yet elegant. And in Napa Valley, there's Carroll's Vineyard, named in memory of Jerry's late wife. Nestled in St. Helena, it's planted with Cabernet and Petit Verdot, thriving in clay loam soils and touched by the cooler bay microclimates. Viticulture and sustainability. Lohr farms over 4,000 acres of estate vineyards across California, and they do it with intention. They were early adopters of certified California sustainable wine growing standards, and in 2009 they launched North America's largest winery solar array. By 2020, most of their operations were running on solar power. They've also reduced their winery water use dramatically, from 6 to 7 gallons per gallon of wine to just 1.6 gallons, thanks to cutting-edge water recovery systems, composting, and soil restoration practices. For them, sustainability isn't a checkbox, it's a philosophy. Winemaking facilities and techniques. The heartbeat of red winemaking is their home ranch in Paso Robles. That's where Steve Peck, VP of Winemaking, and Brenden Wood, head of red wine programs, orchestrate the crafting of dense yet soft reds, refined power in a glass. In the white wine world, it's Kristen Barnhisel at the helm. Since 2015, she's led their white wine portfolio and was even a finalist for Wine Enthusiast's Winemaker of the Year. She's known for creating expressive, terroir-forward wines that are as technical as they are delicious. It all began at SJC, early morning arrivals and a gathering of curious minds. That's when we met our guides for the journey, Jake Pascal and Derek Sanderson, who shepherded us through rental cars, road maps, and into the spirit of wine adventure. We headed down the scenic 101 to Monterey County, where our education began with none other than Kristen Barnhisel, winemaker for white wines at Lohr. We explored the cool climate vineyards of Arroyo Seco, known for gravelly soils and coastal winds, perfect for Chardonnay, Riesling, and Pinot Noir. Kristen walked us through the white wine vinification process, from fermentation tanks to barrel programs. But it didn't stop there. Then we met Robert Cook, who helps lead innovation at the Greenfield Lab. He works with tools like the Speaker 83-100, an assisted analytical system with remote connectivity, built-in software, and advanced phenolic analysis. By tracking metrics like total phenolics index and titratable acidity in real time, Robert and his team ensure each lot of wine is not just consistent, but expressive, elegant, and true to its vineyard source. Then we met Jesus Ramirez, the man behind the vines, literally. He led us through the viticultural practices of the Greenfield estate, showing how J. Lohr's sustainability standards start in the soil. Precision irrigation, cover crops, and a deep respect for the land were key themes. We packed up and headed south to Paso Robles, checking into the Oxford Suites to rest before the evening's highlight. Dinner with Jerry Lohr himself was a masterclass in history. Over seafood and stories at Catch Seafood Bar and Grill, we heard how an engineer from South Dakota became one of the most influential figures in California wine. His vision, started in the 1970s, is still rooted in family, sustainability, and regional integrity. The next morning brought a hands-on walk through the Paso Robles winery with Steve Peck, VP of Winemaking. He introduced us to Brenden Wood, the once lab tech, now head of red wine programs, overseeing hundreds of fermentations annually. From fermenters to barrels, we saw how Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, Petit Syrah, and others are crafted at scale with an artisanal touch. We also toured the Paso lab with Lily Cuyler, who gave us an inside look at color analysis, tannin tracking, and phenolic mapping. Then, Ian Herdman led our sustainability tour, showing how J. Lohr powers much of its operations with solar energy, recycles water, and manages vineyard compost with surgical efficiency. Next came lunch in the beautiful signature room, followed by an in-depth tasting session led by the J. Lohr education team. This included selections from their estates, vineyard series, Gesture Rhone line, and their Pure Paso blend, each revealing a different dimension of J. Lohr terroir and winemaking style. To close our educational experience, Johnny King of Macaire, Perini took us through Hilltop Vineyards, where we could see how they were rebuilding the vineyards, before exploring the St. Macaire and Malbec vines along the way. High elevation, limestone-rich soils and diurnal shifts create bold yet balanced reds. We were incredibly lucky to end our second day of adventures with Jerry at the restaurant Parchetto in downtown Paso Robles, where he was excited to swap more stories of success and growth, from community water meetings to vineyard management. On our final day, we cruised down to Monterey Beach, caught glimpses of Car Week, and took the iconic Pebble Beach 17-mile drive before heading back to San Jose. This wasn't just a wine tour, it was a full sensory and intellectual immersion into what it means to grow, make, and live wine. From Kristen and Steve in the wineries, Jesus and Johnny in the fields, and to Jerry's vision, J. Lohr is a winery where heart and science meet in the glass. Wine portfolios and styles. J. Lohr has something for everyone, with 8 distinct wine tiers. Signature, the pinnacle of their expression. Vineyard series, small lot site-driven releases. Cuvée series, Bordeaux-style blends. Gesture, Rhone-style limited production wines. Pure Paso, a bold blend of Petit Syrah and Cabernet. Estates, classic and widely loved. Monterey Roots, fresh, vibrant expressions like Riesling and Valdiguier. Ariel, their non-alcoholic line made using reverse osmosis to preserve flavor while removing alcohol. So there it is, a visionary, family-owned winery rooted in California's past, present, and future. From Jerry's bold steps in the 70s to the next generation's leadership in sustainability and innovation, J. Lohr continues to prove that when land and legacy come together with purpose, the result is nothing short of iconic.
We have so much territory to cover, so thank you guys for watching and staying tuned to AI Winecast by Sip Studies. Again, we're going to be covering wine, beer, and spirits, coffee, tea, kombucha. We're going to go through guild studies, we're going to go through beverage technology and the community and charities that we're supporting, as well as the travel and adventures that we're going on. So a lot of territory to cover, and we want you there with us. Thanks again, and we'll see you for the next episode.